It's Wednesday morning in Lagos. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the program. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. After a series of back and forth, the ruling All Progressives Congress has now finally announced a specific date for its national convention, and it's the 26th of February. Chairman of its Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, who also doubles as the Yobe State Governor, Mai Malabuni, disclosed this yesterday in Abuja at a women conference organized by the APC. We're looking at what this big announcement means for the party and indeed party politics, particularly as the countdown officially begins to the big one in 2023. We're told that the APC is also expected to set up some subcommittees that will handle several aspects of the convention, ranging from publicity to budget security as well as logistics. Joining me this morning live from our Abuja studios, Kingsley Fanwo, who's Commissioner for Information in Kogi State. Mr. Fanwo, good morning to you and thank you for joining us. Let's begin by taking your opinion on what this big announcement means for the APC.
Thank you very much. It's a very good development that the APC, as the largest party in Africa and a well-organized party, has announced the date for its national convention. So it's a very beautiful one and a welcome development. So we are very hopeful. The Mai Malabuni that I know, I'm very sure, will stage a convention to remember. It's going to be a very special one. So it's a very welcome development for our dear party.
Apart from electing national officers of the APC, the convention is usually used to ratify policies and programs of the party, sometimes even amend the party's constitution and elect the party's presidential candidate, among other issues. How many of these do you see your party achieving on the 26th February date?
Thank you very much. I think the party is still working on getting the comprehensive timetable and the roadmap out. When we have that, then we'll know exactly what will be happening on February 26th. But I want to assure our party members and Nigerians that with the track record and the pedigree of the chairman of the CCPC, Governor Mai Malabuni, we are very sure he will stage a special convention, an extraordinary one that will be a convention to remember.
All right, let's talk about what appears to be a serious violation of certain provisions in your party's constitution, particularly with regards to holding its national convention. The APC constitution stipulates that the national convention shall be held once in 2 years. After the convention in October 2014, none held on to 2018, and right now we're looking at 4 years after. Why do you think it's been difficult to comply with these constitutional provisions?
Yeah, well, when you are looking at the difficulty in having to do with constitutionalism within the party, we are looking at where the party is actually coming from. You know, the party was in turmoil. It was a cesspit of confusion, and it was going. It was almost going into a total collapse before Mai Malabuni took over the leadership of the party. So I think our conversation should center around what the governor of Yobe State has done, repositioning the party and making it a party to beat. That should be the conversation right now. From a party that was busy losing members, from a party that had a leadership crisis, he came in and was able to reposition the party. First, we had what we call a membership revalidation, which brought out millions of Nigerians to either revalidate their membership of the party or join the party anew. So it's something that's great. You will remember that while we're trying to do that, the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, the leadership of the party was like, we will not be able to go from place to place to mobilize people. But, with the ingenuity of the governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Yahaya Bello, who was made the chairman of the mobilization committee on youth and women, we immediately launched into what we call digital mobilization. And that worked wonders as millions of youth and women around the country joined the party. You also look at the caliber of people that defected into the party. High-class defectors, governors of state, senators, members of the House of Representatives, members of the Houses of Assembly around the country. So you could see the caliber of people that moved into the party. That shows the confidence they have in the leadership of Mai Mala Buni. So these are the things that the governor has been able to do to stabilize the party. Today, we are talking of a party that is the biggest in Africa. We are talking of a party that has been repositioned to be able to attract high caliber individuals, high net worth individuals that have political pedigree, respected members of the society into the party. So these are the things that we have been able to do. And now we are talking about having a national convention. So it's something that has been very positive. So I'm not going to look at it in the light of your question. I'm looking at it in the light of repositioning the party, moving it forward, and then applauding the giant strides of the Mai Mala Buni-led CECPC.
Mr. Fawo, there's also a way you make it look like all is well with your party and that all of the challenges have been solved. I have to remind you that there are still issues of addressing contestations, there are litigations, there are fallouts of the recently conducted wards, local council and state congresses. As we speak, the congresses are yet to be conducted in Anambra and Zamfara. The party seems to be factionalized in some parts of the country. How much reconciliatory work do you foresee between now and the 26th of February, particularly given some of the challenges following the congresses that held earlier?
Let's start this way, my brother. You are having all these kind of contestations in the party because the party is the party to beat, because the party is the party that everyone wants to belong to, because it's the party that is poised to retain power beyond 2023. So it is expected that when you have such a party, there will be a lot of intrigues, a lot of interest, a lot of contestations. Why are you not having that in some other smaller parties? Why are you not even having that in PDP? They are not having that because people know that APC will continue to lead this country beyond 2023. And that's why you have all these contestations. And when you have this kind of membership running into millions and all these kinds of interest, especially as the president will be exiting in 2023, you expect that a lot of interest will come to play. But what is most important is that as a party, we have a mechanism for resolving all of these issues. And that's what you have been able to see in our ability to fix a date for our national convention, despite the fact that we know there are a lot of interest, there are a lot of contestations, there are a lot of intrigues that are going on. We are aware that even some people, as we speak, are planning to walk out of the convention. They have been holding series of meetings in Abuja and some other parts of the nation. We are also aware that some people are trying to cause crisis within the party, lock APC, lock PDP, and go to a third force. All of these things are there, and we are aware. But we are not bothered because we know that a lot of new members are trooping into the party on a daily basis, and we also know that a lot of even about 1-2 governors are planning to defect to the party ahead of the presidential primary of the party. So we are very comfortable, we are solid, and we are not bothered about some of those interest play.
Let's talk about some aggrieved members who are in court. 5 members have now approached the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja for an injunction to stop the party from going ahead with its national convention. The argument is that going ahead with this exercise would mean disenfranchising states, for instance, delegates from Anambra and Zamfara. How do you see all of this resolved within the short period of time?
One man I've come to respect so much for the way he handles issues is Governor Mai Mala Buni of Yobe State. He's someone that has a way of getting things done and getting them done properly. I am very sure he's going to look into all of these possibilities. He's going to look at all of these agitations, and I have confidence that the CECPC will address all of the agitations correctly in the best interest of our party. It is not unexpected. We also know that, as I said this earlier, that we have members of the party that do not have the interest of the party at heart. There are some of them that are already planning on how to scuttle the National Convention. We have many of them that are already planning on how they are going to walk out of the National Convention and make it look like it lacks credibility and all of that. We have people that are already planning to cause crisis in the party and then move to their third first option. These are there, we know. But you know, APC has internal mechanism of resolving its issues, and we are going to come out stronger. We were very strong, and under Mai Mala Buni, we are even stronger. And we know that even after our convention, there will be no party that will be able to compete with APC in the 2023 general elections.
There's also the issue of some 6 by-elections across 4 states, which, if I get the date right, is also expected to hold on the same 26th of February. Is that not working in cross purposes?
Thank you very much. All of this will be looked into by the CPC. It's something that they have to look into because we are going to be participating in some of these elections too. So I think they will look into it and they take a decision in the best interest of the party. Like I said, we have intrinsic confidence in the capacity and the pedigree and the commitment of Mai Mala Buni and his team to pilot our party into greater level.
So the CPC had the marathon closed-door meeting at the party's national secretariat yesterday, and it was to decide on the various subcommittees to be saddled with, organizing your national convention. Some party sources claim you are being tipped to serve as secretary to the publicity subcommittee. Is that a claim you can confirm to us this morning?
I am not aware of such arrangement. Like I said, we are prepared to see the timetable and the roadmap to having a very beautiful and fantastic convention in 2022. It doesn't matter who is in any committee. We are committed party members, and we will put in our best to support the party. You know, part of the issues we had since 2015 was because of the fact that we left the issue of the party and the issue of talking about the federal government to our federal information managers and our party information managers. And because of that, we've lost a lot of track, and that's why you see some party that should not even be talking again in our polity, raising their heads and raising their hope. It's very unfortunate. We had a party that said they released money for procurement of arms, and they stole this money, blatantly, completely. And now they are talking about insurgency. They are talking about insurgency when the president has been able to buy a lot of military hardware to be able to combat this problem. Because we are not talking about all of this. Look at the roads in the southeast. Look at the roads in the south-south. Look at the projects across the country. Because we have not been talking about this. So it does not matter. I am here today in my capacity as a member of the All Progressives Congress. So all of us will continue to talk about what we have done as an administration, as a party, so that those who think they can come back to continue their corruption with reckless abandon, we know that there is no way for them in 2023.
The caretaker chairman mentioned yesterday that the APC is a woman-friendly party, and they are looking forward to giving women some wider form of participation during its national convention. But you look at the 13-member caretaker committee itself, it has only one woman on board. How optimistic are you? Or let's just ask if there is, a quota system in place ahead the 26th February convention.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know much about what's happening in the preparation of the plans and programs for the convention. I am very sure the CPC will release that in the next couple of days, and when they release that, we will know what is happening. But I am very sure our party is women friendly, and we have been displaying this even in many states of the federation. I can say in my state, for instance, our party ensured that all the local government vice chairmen in our local government elections were women, and more than 35% of the councillors across the state are women. And also, we ensure that we also lobby the legislative councils to ensure that women emerged as council leaders of their council. You can see that there is a lot of women inclusion under APC administration in many states, not only in Kogi states, but across the country.
Mr. Fawo, we'll take a short break now and return with more on this conversation. Please stay with us.